Welcome to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, and I am the Loner Ranger. Yes, here on this beautiful Sunday morning. Now you're probably on your way to church, coming home from church. Maybe you're getting ready to do some yard work. I know I got lots of yard work to do. Got all the Christmas decorations taken down last week, and it's such a great time to reflect on the holidays and just remember how much we enjoyed it. But I got to tell you something. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of glad they're all over with. It was just an exhausting December and even November for us. Lots of events. We had our All-Star K92.3 All-Star Jam that we did in December, and just wrapping up the year. So I don't know if you're anything like me, but I'm kind of glad that the holidays are over and it's time for a fresh start. And now we're dealing with all these folks getting the COVID, the Rona, and I'm going to tell you, I had the Rona last week. I thought I had been good. I'd gotten away without getting it. Went up to St. Augustine and was out partying like a rock star with some friends in St. Augustine, and apparently the Rona jumped over on me and bit me. And here's what I experienced, okay? And you guys can share with me what you experienced, but to me, it was like the flu. So I had to drive my boat back from St. Augustine on Sunday, and boy, I was feeling kind of lousy. Went home, went to bed, got up the next morning to go to work. There was no going to work. But I couldn't get a COVID test. I couldn't find one anywhere. All the stores were out. All the rapid stuff was out. You couldn't get an appointment anywhere. I finally got an appointment on Wednesday and tested positive. Thank God I stayed at home. But, my wife never got it. And it felt like to me I had the flu. Okay, so, I ran a low-grade fever for a little while and headache. Some of the regular crud that you get from a flu. And by Thursday, I was feeling pretty good. I could have gone to work on Thursday. On Friday, I actually did go to work. Found out half my office already had it. They didn't get it from me, but they had it. So I've had a skeleton crew all week, and half the crew's working from home. So it's been kind of a crazy week. I'm glad to get it all over with. I'm looking forward to having my team back in here. I love being around people, so I like my team being in here, and working remotely is just not for me. But let's get down to business. What's going on with the market? Well, what a crazy week. Last week, I want to put things in perspective when it comes to interest rates. We lost 116 basis points in the bond market. Now, what does 116 basis points mean to you? Probably not a lot. Well, it means a little over 1 point. So whatever loan you would have been able to obtain for 0 points the week before last, by the end of the week cost you a little over a point to get the same rate. So you think about that on a $325,000 transaction, that costs you about $3,600 more dollars. And that's not chopped liver. So then what happens? Instead of people paying points, they just up the interest rates a little bit. So you've heard me saying this every week. I tell you, rates are going to go up, rates are going to go up, rates are going to go up. Well, now they're starting to go up. Now this week, we had a couple of rough days and a couple of good days. So they kind of balanced out a little bit, but I think at the end of the day, they seem to be settled in from where they were the end of last week. And where does that put you? Well, that puts interest rates going back up into the threes. Like I locked some jumbos in at 3.125, where I was locking them in at 2.75, 2.875 2-3 weeks ago. Your conventional loans are running in the low threes to mid threes, depending on credit scores. FHA running from the low threes to the high threes, depending on credit scores. By the way, when it comes to FHA loans for your low down payment loans, I don't really have credit score requirements, so I don't ever want you to concern yourself about not qualifying for a loan. Let me do the work for you. We'll find out if you qualify. My team is here and they are experts. So they will dog down anything that we can do to help you become a homeowner. So let's put homeownership in perspective, because you guys have heard me talk in the last couple of weeks about I need your help to help more people become homeowners. So it was really an interesting week, because first thing I see on the news on Fox, local Fox channel, is that rents have gone up 20% since last year. 20% cost of rent. Well, houses went up about the same amount, 20%, but your payments didn't go up necessarily 20%, but they're going to start going up. Now, I want you to think about this. If you were getting a house for about $325,000, $350,000, and interest rates go up by 0.5% higher, your payment's going to be $200 a month more. Same house. If the house goes up $50,000 more, that's another $200. So same house, $400 a month more. Now that's going to put a lot of first-time home buyers into a situation where they're just not going to qualify. So I made a commitment in December that my goal for 2022 is to help more first-time home buyers than I've ever helped in my career in a 12-month period of time. So starting right now, the only way I can do it is to get your help. So if you know anybody that's renting right now, please send them my way. I am totally committed. I want to help 50 new first-time home buyers per month. That's just first-time home buyers. That's not you folks that need to refinance. That's not all you folks that are wanting to buy high-end, more luxury properties. That's not you folks wanting to buy a beach condo. That's not you folks wanting to move up. Just first-time home buyer. I'm trying to get to 50 a month. Now, that's a big accomplishment, so I need your help. I need all of you to let the loan arranger take care of your family. I will go to the ends of the earth to try to help each and every one of you get out of renting and become a homeowner. So let's just do some numbers together, okay? It's really interesting. So I was playing around with some numbers. So your median price right now is running about $320,000. So that puts you as a first-time home buyer, you need to be looking at $320,000 and above. Now, doesn't mean you can't find one for $275,000 somewhere, but I'm just telling you the median price right now is $320,000. So at $320,000 on an FHA loan, that's you only putting 3.5% down, and let's just assume an interest rate about 3.5% to 3.75%. So you have marginal credit scores. So let's just say you're at 3.75%. What do you think a payment is on that house with only 3.5% down? Where do you think a payment's going to be on that? Well, I'm going to tell you where a payment's going to be right after I tell you this. Your average rent for a 3-2 home in Central Florida is now about $2,300 to $2,350 a month. $2,300 to $2,350, and it's going up, and it's going up fast. So let's go back to my question. Where do you think a payment's going to be on an FHA loan with only 3.5% down at a rate of about 2.75%, including homeowners insurance, property taxes, and mortgage insurance? Where do you think it's going to be? I can tell you where it's going to be. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call me at 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313. All right, I'll go ahead and tell you. Your average payment is going to be $2,200. $2,350 if you want to rent, $2,200 if you want to buy. Now, how much money do we need to buy that home with 3.5% down, assuming a no point loan? You're not paying any points, and normal, typical closing costs that a buyer would pay. Your total out of pocket after the down payment, because your down payment's about $11,500. After the down payment, the closing cost, and the escrows, you're about $19,500. $19,900, $19,500. Okay, now $19,000, call it $20,000, is a little tough for people to come up with. But what are your alternatives? To continue to rent? Because if you're renting and you're paying $2,300 a month, $2,300 times 12 months is $27,000 in 1 year. So really, in less than a year, you've broken even. less than a year, you've broken even on your down payment. But let's just put this in perspective. If your landlord doesn't even raise your rate, your rent, and you were there for 5 years, you paid him $138,000 in 5 years. That money went down the drain. That could have been yours. Now, in 5 years from now, your house will likely be worth $50,000 to $100,000 more, and you will have reduced your principal by about $25,000 to $50,000. So now that puts $200,000 extra in your pocket. It makes no sense to keep renting, you guys. Now, look it, for those of you that don't have an extra $19,900 laying around to buy a $325,000 house, I have realtors on standby that will contribute toward your closing costs by using their services. They will also negotiate the best and the hardest they can under my home program to get you up to 3% in closing costs. Now, 3% on 325 is $8,000. So if you got $8,000 toward your closing costs, now I got you into a home for $11,500. $11,500, you're into a home. How do you like that, guys? There's no reason to keep renting. If you are a parent with adult children, help them. Help them now. You're going to leave them money when you're dead anyway. Let's get them into a house now. Because if rents keep going up, hey, you never know. They might be moving back in with you. And if you don't mind 2 dogs, a cat, and 3 grandchildren living in your house with mom and dad, well, then save your retirement and your inheritance for when you're dead. Otherwise, help them today. You stop everything. Call me at 407-706-3313. That's my cell number. Text me at 407-706-3313. Go to my website, the easiest doggone loan application website I've ever seen in my whole life, WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. Now, if you are sitting on the fence for any reason, like I'm just not getting through to you, you don't understand that rents are going up, you don't believe interest rates are going up, if you're one of the conspiracy theorists that think that prices of houses are going to go down, I'm just going to put things in perspective for you. Because you got a rude awakening and you are going to be sitting on the sidelines of life letting the rest of us get rich and make money in real estate when you're sitting back there going, and I still am a renter. And remember, I've never met a rich renter. There's no such thing as a rich renter. You're not going to gain wealth by renting, but you have to make a payment every month to live somewhere. Why not make that part of your equity bank? 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. Now, why does the loan arranger think that housing are not going to come down in price? Well, just ask Uncle Joe, okay? Uncle Joe, go to the supermarket and see how much things have gone up in price. Your gas has gone up in price? Okay, yeah, it dropped down by 8 cents. It went up by $1.50 and it dropped down by 8 cents. Big deal. Your gas is up. Your bacon's up. You can't even find paper towels. You might be able to find cream. I haven't been able to find fat-free cream in God knows how long. I'm even having to drink regular cream. You just can't find anything. My daughter went to Publix the other day and couldn't find any chicken. What do you mean? You mean you couldn't find wings? She goes, no, Dad, no chicken. I'm telling you, I haven't seen these times since the 1970s. Your administration, I don't care who you voted for. I'm just going to tell you, we need to change. This deal has gone too far. I'm tired of not having products on the shelf. And inflation is going through the roof. Everything you see is going up in price. How can your housing possibly go down in price if everything it costs to build a house is more expensive? I was talking to a builder just this week. Matter of fact, 2 big builders here in town, and they said that the cost for them to build is up between 12 and 20%. Well, you think they're just going to absorb that cost, or are they going to pass it on to you? And if the builder's cost goes up 20% and their homes went up 20%, what do you think the resale prices are going to do to people that want to sell their home? They're going up right along with it. Right along with it. All you got to do is stop the bleeding and stop renting and pick up the phone and call me at 407-706-3313 or get into my class on January the 26th at 6 p.m. Register at WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loner Ranger Radio Show. I've got more crazy stuff to talk to you about. More of the Loner Ranger Radio Show, talking about what's going on in the market and how you can save money when buying, selling, or refinancing a home. Stay tuned, 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. Welcome back to the Loner Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. I am the Loner Ranger. Thanks for tuning into my show this beautiful Sunday morning. We covered a lot about how to help a first-time home buyer get into a house in the last segment. And I got to tell you something. I'm super committed to helping more people in 2022 get into homes. I'm just tired of seeing these rents go skyrocketing up. They've gone up 20% since last year. They're going to continue to rise. But the problem is that interest rates are going up and houses are continuing to rise. So how do we stop the bleeding? The bleeding stops by helping your friend, your family member, get into a home right now. If you are an immediate family member and you've got adult children that are renting right now, do everything you can to help them. You know you can give them a gift. You can give them a gift. You can help them out. And on an FHA loan, your average median price in Central Florida is about $325. If you gift them $11,500, that gives them their down payment. Now, you refer them to me, I'll connect them with a great real estate agent, and we'll negotiate some closing costs, and the real estate agent that I refer you to will give you discounts off your closing costs as well. So you combine all those things together, you could get into a home for $325 for about $11,500. Normally, you're going to be about $19,500. So it'll save you a lot of money. Let's help more people stop the bleeding. You know, there is no such thing as a rich renter. I am holding a home buying class. It's not just first-time home buyer. It's a home buyer and wealth building class on January the 26th at 6 p.m. at WeBringYouHome.com. It's going to be Zoom. You must register in advance. There's only 100 seats available, and I think Jeanette was telling me that we got about 60 of them already booked up for the end of the month. So everybody's wanting to get into a home this year. Let me help you. Now, there's one other thing I'd like to ask your favor for. I have a pretty significant YouTube channel, but I want more subscribers to that. Now, I don't want to inundate you with a bunch of garbage, so I'm not going to. But if you could indulge me and just Google Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger, not the Lone Ranger, the Lone Ranger YouTube channel, and hit subscribe, I want to try to get to the next limit. I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers on there because it helps me in the YouTube channel. So if you'd be kind enough just to indulge me and go to Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger YouTube channel, and subscribe to that, I'd be grateful for you to do that. You won't be getting inundated. You're not going to get a bunch of junk stuff. I don't like junk stuff. I don't assume you do either. But I always want you to have that channel available so that you can refer your friends and family to me. So I'm looking to help more first-time home buyers in 2022 than I've ever helped in my career, and I need you to help me. Help me find more people that are renting. Right now, you can buy a $325,000 house, and including mortgage insurance, taxes, the everything, you can be in for about $2,200. $2,200 a month. Okay? If you rented a 3-2 right now, your average price is about $2,300. So why would you rent when you can own? Just pick up the phone and call the Lone Ranger at 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313, or go to my website at WeBringYouHome.com. Now let's talk about all you stragglers out there. All right, I know you're super busy. You barely got time to listen to the station. You're out doing stuff around the yard, working on your boat, fixing the things that are your sprinkler system, all the things that I'm doing during the weekend. But here's the thing. You forgot to refinance while rates were in the 2s. Now they're in the 3s. They're going to be in the 4s. Why? Mortgage-backed securities are going up rapidly. Why? Inflation erodes the bond market. Why? Inflation costs more, so prices go up. Why? it makes sense that the government raises interest rates, which they've already promised to do 3 times in the first quarter of 2022. So it's going to happen. Stop waiting around and waiting for things to get worse. Stop everything. Call me at 407-706-3313 or go to webringyouhome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes for the Lone Ranger Radio Show. Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mornings, 407-706-3313. Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. We're hitting the tail end of our show. We've got about 5 minutes left here. And let's just cover a few really important things. What are interest rates doing? Interest rates are going up. Okay? You can hear it from me. You're going to hear all these fancy ads on TV, but the fact of the matter is interest rates are going up. We have a very hawkish chairman of the Federal Reserve, and Powell is going to raise interest rates. Now, they're promised to raise 3 interest rates this year, okay? I think they probably will. They're promising that they want to do them 3 possibly in the first quarter. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but I can tell you one thing. They're going to raise interest rates, and that rate is coming around the corner, and it's going to happen. So let's not delay on getting something locked in right now. Let's do something sooner rather than later. The Lone Ranger, CrossCountry Mortgage, Bruce Woodburn is here to make sure we always protect your interest and get you the best possible interest rate that's available in the market today. Just stop everything, pick up the phone, and call me at 407-706-3313. Now, I don't know if they're going to do 3 interest rates hike or not. But here's the thing. They have to raise interest rates because they've got to slow down inflation. And raising interest rates slows down inflation. I was watching a program called The 80s the other day, and it's basically a documentary that kind of covers everything from, when Reagan was in and Carter was in and the re-election and when he got shot. Well, it's interesting to see that what we're experiencing right now with Sleepy Joe and the shelves being empty at the grocery store is the same thing we saw in Carter years. The only thing different, our interest rates are lower. But guess what's getting ready to happen? What did he have to do to stop inflation? They had 38% inflation then. 38%. Okay, we're approaching 20-something% already, and he's just getting started. So can we see those same times again? Yes. Do I think we're going to see 18% interest rates? No, I don't. But are they going to get higher? They have to get higher in order to slow down inflation. That's the only thing that's going to stop it now, and the snowball's rolling. So don't wait any longer. Pick up the phone and give me a call. Let me help you now before they get worse. 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Don't forget to enroll in my class that I'm going to be doing. It's a Zoom class on January the 26th at 6 p.m. You must go to WeBringYouHome.com. If you're interested in a first-time homebuyer program, you must get in that class. If you are a teacher, law enforcement, first responder, ask me about my Homeownership Made Easy program. Saves you thousands of dollars in closing costs. By the way, CrossCountry Mortgage, the official lender for the Fraternal Order of Police, and we also are the official lender for the Police Benevolent Association. If you're in law enforcement, don't screw around with your credit union. Don't screw around with your bank. They don't have your best interest at heart, but the Lone Ranger does. 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. Interested in new construction? Let me connect you with Hanover Family Builders, my all-time favorite local builder here in the area, Central Florida only, 20-some communities, and guess what? They'll pay your closing costs when you use CrossCountry Mortgage, but only the Lone Ranger. Only the Lone Ranger. Why would you want to go anywhere else? 33 years in the business, 25 years, same location, top producer in Central Florida, top producer in the nation. Why not just go to the best, right from the best? Google ratings, 4.5. Zillow ratings, 4.9%. I mean, I'm almost at 5, okay? So you want somebody that's going to take care of you and your family. If you're a realtor, refer your clients to me. I'll make sure that you always get the very best that's available in the market. Don't hesitate to call me if you haven't refinanced yet. Don't hesitate to call me if you want to buy a condo on the beach. Don't hesitate to call me if you want to invest in real estate, and I'll show you the easiest way you can do it and amass millions in real estate. I'll show you how to set up your kids so they become rich in their lifetime. Don't hesitate. 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. God bless you all. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of this Sunday. And don't forget to call me, 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. See you next week, next Saturday. on the Lone Ranger and Cleve Loveland's program, Saturdays, same channel.